So my video is on Canada. I had been selected to do the country of Canada, which is up north from us, obviously. I was able to find that the top three drugs that are being used in Canada right now, from what I was able to find, all this information that I was able to find was able to be found on the Canadian Center on Substance Use and Addiction website. So it kind of gives a brief description on the drugs, like a PDF of what it does, what it can, how it affects you long term, short term, and how it's cultivated and how it's being exploited in Canada as well. So kind of gives you a little bit of a rundown on how the drugs are working in Canada right now. So that's where I was able to find that three of the drugs that are being cultivated and being exploited the most in Canada right now, especially in the younger population, is ecstasy, cocaine, and methamphetamine or meth. So those three were the ones that were most cultivated and most used in Canada right now. So they are the ones that they are having most problems with. For example, the cultivation of ecstasy, the way that it's being made, it's in laboratories. Obviously, most drugs are in illegal laboratories. They are made to look like pill forms. They are meant to look like that. So they look like little, I would call them like Smarties or Flintstone vitamins. They look really generic. They could be passed as candy, and so it's easy to get by like any police officer usually because it's something that's not very common to the eye to be seen as drugs. So it's something that is being really hit hard in Canada right now because of how easy it is to slip by. Some of the effects of use for the short term, it causes feelings of euphoria. Obviously, kind of gives you that feeling of feeling free, careless, carefree. It also makes you feel nauseous if you use it too much or you don't use it you use too. Well, I mean, most drugs can't are not supposed to be used anyways, but they make you feel tired, makes your teeth grinding, make you feel super hyperactive, and so it kind of makes you have a little bit more energy than you're used to. Long-term effects, always liver problems, obviously with that one. So it does give you that unfortunate side effect of liver problems that you could be facing after a long-term use. Cocaine, obviously, is the next one that I mentioned. It looks like this, looks like powder form. Just kind of, you can either snort it, they mentioned that you can make it to a point where it's liquid and you can inject it, so it kind of depends on how you are choosing to use that drug. So obviously the long-term effects of that one is that you could cause deprivation of sleep, you could have unhealthy amounts of weight loss, you could have high tolerance to the drug where you're going to want to take more and to be able to experience that high that you feel. And then there are feelings of higher courage. You feel like you have the ability to be more social, and you have the ability to feel like you are on top of the world with that drug. Kind of, again, a feeling of euphoria, more a feeling of free. So that one is a benefit of, well, not a benefit, one of just the short-term effects of using the drug. Typically, they're used in parties to kind of amp up the people to make them feel better about themselves, kind of feel like them feel more loose, and so also it's can provide you with headaches, hallucinations if you use it too much. It kind of makes that dependency to make you feel that high, but then also you get those hallucinations in the long run. Well, that's why people struggle to get off of it, and so that's one of the downsides of obviously using cocaine. The last one is methamphetamine. If you've seen Breaking Bad, you've seen it. It looks like that. It looks like it comes in little bags like that, kind of crystallized. Um, um, Makes you feel like you have, again, euphoria, higher courage, makes you feel a lot more free. Kind of laboratory. It's made in a laboratory, crystallized in a laboratory. You usually are crushed into little pebbles like that, so people can either snort it, or they can, again, reduce it to a liquid where they can inject it into themselves as well. Some short-term effects are, as mentioned, that they can increase alertness, self-confidence, and then it's also smoked. So if you smoke it kind of has that higher effect of euphoria that you can get. Long-term effects of using it is feeling of psychotic feelings within oneself, psychosis, which can increase violent behavior in oneself. So that's also a very big downside. It's being all these three drugs are being exploited at the younger ages because they can be used at parties, events where a lot of big gatherings are being made. So they're being sold illegally there. Most of these drugs can be, if you're caught with them, they can give you up to 7 years in prison or more, obviously. So, yeah, those are the three drugs: methamphetamine, ecstasy, and cocaine that I was able to find in Canada that are being exploited. And again, all this information, I was able to find it off of the Canadian Center of Substance Use and Abuse and Addiction. So that's where I was able to find this, and hopefully this makes a little bit more sense with what is going on with Canada right now.